Imagery is the way of using language in order to create mental picture in the listener's mind, or for those people who are reading the story, you use the language that describes something to create image. So it is mental image. Now, we can give you different examples on how we use imagery as a literary device. So stay in touch. First of all, there we can have types of imagery. There is a sight imagery. I would like to tell you that imagery use 5 senses of our body. There is sight, there is a hear, there is a touch, there is taste, and there is also smelling. So let's see the imagery with the sense organ of sight. Sight comes from verb to see. For instance, for sight imagery, we can say the tree spread its gigantic sun-flecked shoulders. So, actually, when you say the tree spread its gigantic sun-flecked shoulders, you know that shoulders are for the people, not for the trees. So, when you say to spread, what can we say about spread? It's gigantic. Gigantic here, it can be like the branch, yes, the branches of this tree, and when you see that this tree, they look like shoulders of the people. There also there is what you call personification. So you try to imagine that tree in the forest with the branches which are like the shoulders of a person, and again you see the sun rays. Yes, you see the sun in those branches of that tree, and you see that it's like the shoulders of the person. Now there is also sound, to hear sound imagery. When you say the forest was hushed, resounding with the echoes of the trees, stoic silence. So the forest was hushed. When you say hush, is like to be silent, quiet. The forest was hushed. The forest was quiet. So I think that in terms of sound, when you say quiet, you understand that there is no noise. Everything is silence. So this sound imagery. There's also touch imagery. To touch. When you touch something, how do you feel with your fingers, your fingertips? For instance, the tree felt smooth as a sandstone. Smooth. You can of course feel that something is smooth when you touch it. Like for instance, a sheep wool. When you touch on the wools of the sheep, you understand that it is soft and smooth. There is taste imagery. Taste is all about eating, and you taste something, whether it is sweet or bitter or sour. The tree's leaves tasted bitter, okay, like unroasted coffee beans. Unroasted coffee beans. If you eat unroasted coffee beans, I think that you taste how they are. Maybe they are bitter or they are sweet. Unfortunately, I have never tasted on those coffee beans. And again, when you say the tree's leaves taste bitter. Bitter is opposite of sweet. Okay, for instance, lemon. Lemon is bitter. So means if you take the leaves of this tree and you chew it, you eat them, you will understand that, or you that they are not sweet but they are bitter. There is also smell imagery. Image to create mental picture. Now as we approach the tree, the air around it smelled crisp and precise. To smell, it is even, we can say that when you approach that tree, it smells like a perfume. That is also imagery basing on smearing. Now let us proceed with the symbolism. With the symbolism, I think that you understand the word a symbol. What is a symbol? A symbol is something that is an element that can represent an idea. Let's take an example. When you reach the house and you find that there is a cross on that house, a cross can represent Christianity. People go there to pray. It is like a church. That is a symbol. So it means that churches use symbolism. So when you find that there is a, if I can say the soil, where you find many crosses, immediately you understand that the place is where dead people are buried. So after burying those people, they put crosses. So it symbolizes death. Cross can symbolize Christianity. It again can symbolize death. Number two, let's talk about peace. When you see a white, there are some organizations that use white dove. White dove represent peace. When you are friend, when you have boyfriend or when you have girlfriend, and you find that he or she gives you a red rose, immediately make sure that red rose represent love. Again, there is conformity. Conformity is represented by sheep. Conformity is when you accept everything that you are told without questioning. Yes, so this means we use the symbol of sheep. An idea is represented by a light bulb switching on. So these are also the use of symbolism, where you have seen that peace is represented by dove, love is represented by red rose, conformity is represented by sheep, idea is represented by light bulb switching on. And again, we have told you about the cross that represents Christianity, where people go to pray. Now, let us also talk about personification. We have seen that personification is all about giving an object which is not person. You give it the power of human being, the quality of human being. So where we can say that those things can do the things of human being. Now, let's talk about types of personification. Personification also can be used by using sight, to see. For instance, if we say the car ran a marathon down the highway, this personification, because we know that marathon is used on people when they are running. Yes, when they are running, when they are in a race of marathon. So personification for the car ran a marathon down the highway. Personification using the sound. We can say again, the car coughed. Actually, to cough is for people. But when you say that the car coughed, this car is like a person. So that's why this literal device is called personification, by using sound. There's also personification using touch. The car was smooth as a baby's bottom. So when we say that the car is smooth, immediately you understand that the car is personification. The car was smooth as a baby's bottom. This baby's bottom, of course, baby is a person. When this car is compared by this person, this baby is also personification, but by touching. There is also personification using taste. The car tasted the bitter salt. Bitter is something which is not sweet, as I was saying above. There's personification using smell. The car needed a cold shower. No, this is not smell. Then by smelling, we can say that personification using smelling, we can say that The car smelled a new tarmac road. All right. Personification using mental events. The car remembered its first owner fondly. Now, is it possible the car to remember? Does the car have brain? No, the car has not brain, but now the brain is for human being, and now the car is taken as if it had brain as a human being. That's why you say that this personification, man. So now let us proceed with the last one, which I want to talk about, is hyperbole. Hyperbole is of course exaggeration. For instance, if we say, I have been waiting a billion years for this, this is a exaggeration or hyperbole, because it is impossible a human being to live billion years. That is impossible. The lifespan of a human being cannot last a billion years. It is of course hyperbole. So I'm so hungry I could eat a cow. Is it possible a person, a normal person, to eat a whole cow and finish it in a single day? That is impossible. But really, personification is used in order to show how the message, in order to emphasize the message. I'm so hungry I could eat a cow. If someone tells you that he or she is hungry, that he could eat a cow, of course, if you are going to give him or her food, you will not, of course, use a small plate. You will, of course, use a big plate, because he or she has said that she is or he is so hungry so that he could eat a cow. If you're going to give him or to give her meat, you will not give him or her a small piece of meat. Can, of course, for instance, give him a kilo of meat, because that one is so hungry. Now, saying that I have been waiting a billion years for this is to show that this person has been waiting for this for a long time, but not a billion years, because this is impossible. So now let us close by here. I thank you so much for being with us on Literature TV. Stay in touch, keep on subscribing, give us comment, give us like, and share the content that you have prepared for you. So I wish you success in whatever you do in your daily life.